has a resume. Donald Trump has a rap sheet.
At the Democratic convention, it was a night of jokes and taunts.
She became a career prosecutor while he became a career criminal.
Someone should have told Donald Trump that the president's job under Article 2 of the Constitution is to take care that the laws are faithfully executed, not that the vice president is executed.
Maryland's Jamie Raskin then roasted Trump's running mate.
And by the way, J.D. Vance, do you understand why there was a sudden job opening for running mate on the GOP ticket? They tried to kill your predecessor.
Even Hilary Clinton got in on the ridicule.
Donald Trump fell asleep at his own trial. And when he woke up, he made his own kind of history. The first person to run for president with 34 felony convictions.
United Auto Worker President Shawn Fain used a prop.
In the words of the great American poet, Nellie, it's getting hot in here.
There is a serious element to all of the name-calling and jabs at Donald Trump. The UAW, for example, has filed federal labor charges against Trump for his attempts to threaten and intimidate workers who go on strike. So all of the humor has an edge and is part of a convention opening strategy to diminish and politically hurt Donald Trump. And the effort is not just coming from speakers. Convention organizers produced and played a 2-minute-long video that echoed the tone of the hit television show Law and Order.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by two separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. This is the story of Donald Trump. His entire life, Trump has believed he's above the law, that no one would ever dare hold him accountable. He lies. He rips off workers. He sexually abuses women.
And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
He cheats in business. He cheated on his wife with a porn star and paid her off so the American people wouldn't find out during an election. But in the criminal justice system, ordinary Americans have had the courage to find him accountable, time and time again.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty. Donald Trump guilty on all 34 felony counts.
For the first time in history, we have a convicted felon running for president. And to take on this case, we need a president who has spent her life prosecuting perpetrators like Donald Trump.
The convention goers clearly loved the video, and the contrast between Kamala Harris, a prosecutor, and Donald Trump, a convicted felon, has been at the heart of Kamala Harris's own speeches. Another video making the rounds in the convention hallways and on delegate devices comes from the Lincoln Project. Trump recently sent a legal notice to the anti-Trump group threatening a lawsuit over an ad that suggests that Donald Trump's political advisors may be ripping off his campaign. The Lincoln Project doubled down with this.
The Donald Trump for President campaign hit a bunch of people this afternoon with cease and desist letters because our ads were too mean for little Donald.
Again, Donald?
Poor little baby Donald got very upset because our ads were mean to him.
This is the third time you've threatened to sue the Lincoln Project.
They should call it the Losers Project.
This time it's because we told you the truth about how your campaign was failing, broken, and dead in the water.
Wrong that you have the race sewn up. It's sad, Donald.
We told you Chris and Susie made a mistake when they bragged that Biden would stay in the race. It's embarrassing, Donald. Your whole campaign is a hot mess. You're terrible on camera these days. You just look old, tired, and fucking crazy.
The late great Hannibal Lecter.
America's just done with you, Donald. And with the political team you have,
I read it.
There's nothing you can do but lose, lose, lose.
It's not fair.
Remarkable ad, and of course the Lincoln Project is thrilled with the attention from the Trump campaign because it raises the profile of certain topics that are clearly getting under Donald Trump's skin. For his part, Donald Trump is spending part of this Democratic Convention week on the campaign trail. But even clips like this are sparking ridicule. Ron Filipkowski wrote on X, Trump heads to Michigan, another day on the road without his beloved Melania. who will miss him terribly. It is brutal on many levels, and clearly the anti-Trump forces on social media, at the Democratic convention, and in production studios are having a field day at Trump's expense. And all of the mockery appears to be getting to Trump. He keeps blowing his stack on social media, including this post following President Biden's speech. Quote, "An angry and ranting speech full of lies. Biden took credit for everything done during the Trump administration, even continuing to say he was better on inflation and jobs." Well, the fact is that President Biden was better on jobs. In Biden's first 3 years in office, he created 16 million jobs. In Donald Trump's first 3 years pre-pandemic, the Trump administration created 6.8 million jobs. But reality is difficult for Donald Trump, and humor that lampoons him is also a challenge. So, the ridicule and laughter at Trump's expense is only going to intensify. By the way, Kamala Harris's running mate Tim Walz is hammering Donald Trump and going viral beyond politics.
Look, in Nebraska, you got a slogan here. Nebraska, it's not for everyone. Well, it sure ain't for Donald Trump, I'll tell you that.
Another speech, another viral video featuring Tim Walz. On this day in Omaha, the Democratic vice presidential nominee hammered Donald Trump.
This guy is the opposite of everything here. Every opportunity he has, he weakens our country to strengthen his own hand. He mocks our laws. He sows chaos and division amongst us. And that's not even counting the time he was president.
The remarks generated millions of views. Walz then stopped at a Runza shop, turning the local delicacy into a trending item nationwide.
If you don't know, the iconic Nebraska restaurant is the Runza. Don't call it anything else except a Runza. The bread consistency, all of it really matters.
Later, Doritos started trending thanks to this.
You see corn nuts over there,
Isn't this it?
Yeah, that's the big.
There you go.
That's funny. You see corn nuts?
By all accounts, Tim Walz is a political and social media sensation.
Follow along, get involved.
Just weeks after being selected as Kamala Harris's running mate, Walz's popularity continues to grow. And Walz is now transcending politics.
This is pretty sacred ground. Folks in Minnesota know about this place.
In Pennsylvania, he and Harris spoke to the Aliquippa High School football team, one of the best in the state. The remarks from Walz, a former coach in Minnesota, are going viral in locker rooms across the nation. Check out that video at the link below. It generated a lot of comments on YouTube. One of the most popular is from Linda Shuda, who wrote, "Mr. Walz, thank you for talking like a real person. We are so sick of Trump's whining." I agree. I look forward to reading your comments about the countless Democratic convention jokes ripping Donald Trump. I'm David Shuster. Thanks for joining us.